What up, what up? Welcome to my channel where we're doing music covers, original music, album reviews, song reviews, reactions, tier lists, whatever the day calls for. If you like what you see here, please subscribe to the channel. If you have content on here, I'll subscribe to you as well. I am all about supporting up-and-comers on here. My original music can be found at robcary.bandcamp.com. I have one album to my name right now. It's called Communication. It's quite a few years old now, but I am currently working on the follow-up to that album. It will be called Ugly Living, and I'm already 2 studio sessions in the books on that one, and I'm actually going back today. And there's been a lot of vocal practicing being done lately, so I apologize for how torched my voice is. There's been quite a few things that I've wanted to cover on this channel, and the time just hasn't been there. I'm just kind of late on everything, man, and I'm also late on saying happy 420. One thing I really wanted to get into is the new Ghost Inside album, Searching for Solace. If you've been following my reactions up to this point, you would know that I am a longtime fan of this band. Got their last album on vinyl, and I really like their last album a lot. But I've been a fan since day one. I would consider Returners and Get What You Give to be like the crowning achievements of their career, but their last album was really good. Since the self-titled record, they've come out with 4 singles leading up to this new album that we're going to be talking about today, Searching for Solace. And if you've been following any of those reactions up to this point, I have expressed a little bit of worry about the direction of this band, because singles have been pretty hit and miss for me. The first one they gave us was Earn It. I don't want to waste too much time dogging on that song, but it's my least favorite Ghost Inside song. I was genuinely shocked at how boring and radio friendly and octane core that song was, with the really preachy lyrics and just all of it. Like, I really did not like that song. There's a whole reaction to it on this channel if you want to check that out. After that, they came out with Death Grip, and we'll talk about all these in the track by track. But out of the 4 singles that they came out with leading up to this album, Wash It Away was the one that I went back to the most. Yeah, it's still really radio friendly, and then moving into a direction that a lot of Ghost Inside fans don't want them to go. But it was so well done, and there was so much work put into Jonathan's clean vocals, and that's something we're going to talk about too. These singles were so hit and miss for me that I was thinking this album was going to be a mixed bag. Like, I was thinking this is going to be an album that might end up being my least favorite of their career, just because of the direction they're headed in, but would have some things in it that I would like. But honestly, like, after listening to this album at least 3 or 4 times, I gotta say, I'm surprised. Like, this was actually a pretty fucking good album, man. Like, they did a really good job at moving into this new direction, keeping some elements of their old style intact, and there really wasn't too much on here that I really didn't like at all. And Earn It is still the worst song on this album. There's nothing on this album that is as bad as that. And there really isn't anything else on this album that I would consider bad at all. And I was really impressed with a lot of things here. So let's just get into the track by track. We open up here with Going Under, and we're greeted right away with another song that's in the vein of Wash It Away. And it's really predictable from a songwriting perspective. And a lot of it has elements of like A Day to Remember. And I know that the singer of A Day to Remember was kind of instrumental in some of the writing of Get What You Give, and I know he's definitely involved in this record, because there's a lot of moments on here that remind me of A Day to Remember. In fact, like, back in the day when I was first getting into like heavier music, moving from alt rock into like heavier genres of music, discovering more music, one of the first bands that really broke that ground for me and was a huge influence on me early on was the band Soilwork. And that's like a totally different kind of metal than what we're talking about here, but they came out with an album around that time when I was graduating high school called Figure Number 5. And when that one came out, I hated it initially. A lot of fans of that band hated it initially, but nowadays you'll see a lot of fans praising it because of how strong the songwriting is, because that was a really bold move into pop metal territory. That's kind of like what I think of a lot when listening to this. Like, there's a bold move into more accessible, radio-friendly metalcore on this record, but it's done really well in a lot of sections. And that's the thing, too, with this opener, is there's a lot of sections in it Like the verses, I love the upbeat verses with the melodic guitar leads. It's very reminiscent of Andrew, their drummer's time in For the Fallen Dreams, which is the band he founded before moving to the Ghost Inside. And this is a great opener. Great opener, really strong hook, and great clean vocals from Jonathan Vigil here. This is a great way to start this record out. And then we move into Death Grip, and Death Grip is one of the singles. The first time I heard this, I thought it was just okay. The new metal in the beginning didn't do much for me at first, but it works, and this one just needed some growing room. Like the opener, the highlight of this song was the section where the guitars got melodic and bring those old For the Fallen Dreams vibes. This is the shortest song on the album, and it benefits from that, and this one will be really good live. Number 3, Light Years. Another song in the vein of Wash It Away. At this point, I'm feeling like I'm not worried about the direction of this band anymore, as I have spent so much time myself on improving my clean vocals and coming up with catchy hooks. Perhaps I'm just more of a sucker for this kind of thing now when it's well done. And it is here. I love when bands fill in the empty spaces in their grooves and breakdowns with those glitchy little clicks behind it. It makes the whole thing so much more catchy and headbangy. And that is littered all through this album. And I love this one. It was like a serotonin boost. Really, really good song. And I look forward to listening to this one many more times. Number 4, Secret. At 1 minute and 8 seconds, I stopped the song and replayed it. Like, I wanted to hear that a couple times. Like, this intro is so good. The lyrics, they're so relatable. The chorus, it's so memorable. Every second of this song is amazing. There's nothing more I can say, really. I mean, it embodies the new direction that this band is going in the best way possible. Such a good job with the vocals. The vocals on this entire album, even though this is not the direction that a lot of Ghost Inside fans wanted them to go, I would say vocally, Jonathan Vigil is at his absolute best here. I don't think he's ever sounded better, cleans or screams. Like number 5, Split. This was released as the last single leading up to this album. I didn't find this one that interesting. When I heard it as a single when it was released, it felt like a minimal effort to satiate fans of their older sound. It's just okay. Number 6, Wash It Away. We've all heard this one already. And like I said before, I like this one the most out of all of the singles. Yes, we know that it's a super radio-friendly, accessible metalcore song that could be on Sirius Octane, but it's done so well here. And I grew to like the lyrics a lot more. Like when I did the original reaction, I kind of found the whole thing to just be really good ear candy. But, you know, there actually is some things in the lyrics that make you think a little bit. And it's just a really, really good song. Number 7, Cityscapes. This song is clearly about the loss of a loved one. One thing I love about Vigil's screams is their clarity. People who don't dig heavy music often say that you can't understand what metal vocalists are saying. You can't say that about this band. Like, while I don't find this one to be an album highlight, it's a cool place to kind of bring the energy down a little bit and do something more emotional. I don't love it, but I definitely like it. And once again, great vocals. Number 8, Earn It. I don't want to spend too much time being negative here, so we're just going to move past this one. I don't like this song. Number 9, Wrath. This song is just stupid heavy. Jonathan is at his most pissed here, and the lyrics are great. Right away, the heaviness and the simplistic grooves just pull you in. It's a great song. It'll rip live, and it has tons of replay value. This song in particular, I was really thinking this would be a really good song to have on when you're working out and lifting, but this whole album is really, it's definitely a motivator. A lot of great energy here. Number 10, Reckoning. This one isn't bad. It's just kind of fillerish. The things that were done in this song were done better in other songs on this album. I wouldn't skip it on a full album listen, but I wouldn't go to it either. I like it better than Split, but like Split, I found it to just be okay. The way I like to do my album reviews, just to kind of break up the monotony of just like me talking, is to do a live reaction to, I prefer it to be the closer, and it's going to be the closer here, just to kind of experience a part of this new album with whoever is kind enough to watch this video. And that's what we're going to do. The last song on this album is called Breathless, and we're going to do a live reaction to that. And I'll give this album a rating in full after we've heard it. At this point, though, I was very pleasantly surprised by this album. I was very worried about the direction of this band. The direction that I thought they might be moving in, they kind of did. It's done really well, and it's done a lot better than other bands that have moved in this territory. and it's not so extreme into that territory. There's still some remnants of their old sound here. And when those parts come in, like the sped up punk drumming and like the melodic hardcore parts and like the focus on those guitar leads and stuff, like it's done really well, and all those parts are super memorable. They did a really good job here, man. Like, we haven't heard this closer yet, but I'm already ready to give this an 8, just based on like the strength of Secret and the opener, Light Years. Like, those are all like poppier songs on this album, but those ones, I think a lot of those are the highlights. But Wrath too, like Wrath is really, really good. Like, I was very pleasantly surprised with this record. So let's check out the closer, Breathless.
We have to follow, go where our hearts go, for better or worse. It's both a blessing and a curse. We hold on to every moment, embrace along the way, waiting to see it again, live it again here. And that's all we can ask for. It leaves me breathless, takes all the air away from my lungs. I wish this was endless, if only our song could forever be sung. These days are numbered, so keep on screaming until our hearts break. We can't keep hoping for a change. Sorrow, we still don't want to know. Life will not wait, it's now or never. I said it before, I'll say it again. So say it again. It leaves me breathless, takes all the air away from my lungs. I wish this was endless, if only our song could forever be sung. And I need to find a way to give it all away, so that when I'm gone, it goes on and on and on. In this place is my saving grace. I know it's my fate, make no mistake. In this place is my saving grace. I know it's my fate, make no mistake. Take it away, take it away, take it away, take it away. Sing it again, scream it again, return my words to me. It leaves me breathless, takes all the air away from my lungs. I wish this was endless, if only our song could forever be sung. And I need to find a way to give it all away, so that when I'm gone, it goes on and on and on. Takes all the air away from my lungs. I wish this was endless, if only our song could forever be sung.
I try not to read too many reviews on this record. I just wanted to kind of go into it blind. Like my friend that's producing my album is a huge fan of this band, and he said that the closer was one of the album highlights. And the couple reviews I did read here and there, just out of curiosity, they said the same thing, that the closer is an album highlight. So I kind of went into this thinking we're going to get something special here. And spot on, man. Definitely a highlight track. All of it is good, really. Like, I don't like Earn It, and I thought Split and Reckoning were kind of like a little bit fillerish, but still good. But everything else was just way above what my expectations were. Like, I thought this was going to be my least favorite Ghost Inside album. I really did, and I'm eating those words now because this is way better than Dear Youth, I think. This is a really good way to do this sound, you know, and it sounds like they're doing it because they want to. It doesn't sound calculated. It doesn't sound like it's just a move to sell out, you know. This is definitely Jonathan Vigil's crowning achievement. Like, he's never sounded better. Screaming, these cleans, like, out of all their albums, I think this one reminds me the most of Andrew, the drummer's work in For the Fallen Dreams. It's in the verses. You hear that a lot. The melodic hardcore is really brought to the forefront in bits and pieces of a lot of these songs, and it's crazy to think that the drummer's doing it with a specially made kit and a prosthetic leg. Huge shout out to all the triumphs that these guys have overcome with their van accident and being so close to death and experiencing death of loved ones in that accident and persevering. All the production choices and like the heavy parts, they really hit hard too. Like, I'll give this album an 8 out of 10 for sure. The opener, Light Years, Secret especially, and Wash It Away and Wrath, like those songs I think carry the album, but there's all kind of gold to be found here. So that's all I really got to say about this one. There's more things I really want to do on this channel that it's just so hard to find the time. I'm hoping to get a chance to react to the new Bill Murray song. That'll probably be the next thing that's on this channel, but no matter how long I go without posting something, I'm always going to put content up every chance I get. And there's been a lot of new music that I'm kind of waiting to check out because I want to check it out here with you guys. So we'll get there when we get there. Great job to the Ghost Inside here. 8 out of 10 album. That's all I got to say about this one. Until next time, thanks for watching.